Hey everybody, long time no see. I haven't made videos or posted anything really in probably like 3 or 4 months. Mostly because I broke my phone. I dropped it in some water and then I had a backup phone, so I've been able to keep working and everything. But my backup phone doesn't have a working camera, so I just had to kind of put it off till I could get a new phone. So here we are. In that time, a lot has changed around here. For one, all the trees, as you can see behind me, are all green. They're not finished. There's a lot of pollen in the air. It's kind of why my voice sounds the way it does right now. But one of the things is I got a new puppy. That is Sugaree. Yes, she's cutie. She's sick right now, so I have to separate her when she eats, because since she got sick, she wasn't eating right for a few days. So she's on wet food, and Ripple will totally rob her food if I don't keep them separated while she eats. And as you can see, I got a dog house built for them. I didn't really measure any of that as much as just build it off the trees that I had in the corner, and that was all out of free material. Took me a couple days to do that. And then we've got, basically, it's not exactly, there's a shorter side and a longer side, but it's a 25 by 25 pin I built here. This stuff goes up to 5 foot, and then barbed wire at 6. This is dual purpose. When I have to leave overnight and stuff, there are some predators out here, so when I have to leave overnight, I can keep them safe in there. There's a little light that goes on the dog house, so they're not in complete pitch black when I'm gone, and it keeps them here too when I leave, because Ripple will follow me. I honestly think the puppy would stay here. She's been, other than getting sick over the last week, she's been really easy to take care of. And she's coming back around. I don't even think I'm gonna have to take her to the vet. It hasn't rained here in probably a month, so everything has, sorry I'm moving this around, I'm trying to get a cigarette lit. It hasn't rained here in like a month, so that mixed with the pollen coming out, and then Missouri has really dusty dirt, so when she's sleeping, she sniffs a bunch of dust up her nose, and then on top of it, all the pollen's in the air. And then I think what happened is she got into some trash or something and got some like old meat or something in her nose. I don't know. It had a weird smell to it, and she was stuffed up for about 4 days. And now she's not so bad, and she's eating. I'm still trying to get her to drink water. She'll drink milk, but she won't drink water. But she seems to be on the up and up. Let's see. What else did I get done around here? There's another view of the dog pen. Nice and big for those guys. I got the power steering pump in the Jeep, so it's way more drivable now. It was really hard with those big tires to try and steer the Jeep. I still need to fix the CV axle. Trying to get everything caught up here in a half-ass quick video. The four-wheeler broke. I'm gonna have to work on it. Honestly, I'm kind of letting the grass grow in my trails right now, but I only got 1 lug out of 3 holding this tire on. Luckily, I wasn't trail riding. I had taken it on the road and it finally warmed up enough. I took it about a mile down the road, and on the way back I noticed it was kind of wobbling on me, and I assumed it was a blown out shock or something acting funny, but I got back here and luckily the tire made it home because it was ready to come off of there. Let's see here. I'm gonna let this puppy out. Hey Sugaree, what are you doing? You feeling so much better? You feeling so much better? Come on. That's a good girl getting out of the way of the gate. No. Leave her food alone, Ripple. Told you, he went right for it. I've been doing some leaf burning here and there. Even though it's been dry, we haven't had much wind. So with this, and it's hopefully going to rain this afternoon, this will let grass grow in spots. You know, all those leaves get built up over years and years and years. And this was one I did with a few hours one night. I didn't have a lot of time, so I didn't go crazy with it, but hopefully grass and stuff will grow there. And then there's one I did here that pretty well goes all the way down this hill. And I mean, this moves slow. This took me most of a day. I started one fire in the middle around where my septic system's gonna go over in this area. And it just kind of slowly walked its way through all of this stuff. That gets rid of all my underbrush, helps my trees grow, helps grass to grow. It gets rid of a bunch of the ticks and bugs like that you don't want. But that's been a thing. And then I've got the layout for the cabin done and all 3 footers in the center. I actually was going to get a 6x6. I got something in my shoe. Get a 6x6 on my way home from work yesterday, and they were out. So I'm gonna put this off for now, but I've got these 2 front holes dug. So let me see if I can get that all in one shot. Not exactly. That's how wide it's gonna be. So there'll be another one and another one, and then the same on the other side. There'll be 1, 2, 3. And once the foundation's done, this will move a lot faster. I'm trying to think. I think that's about really all that's happened around here in the last few months. I set up some rainwater collection. It's super basic system, just gravity fed. One of them runs off of the roof of the doghouse and runs into those barrels, and then I have some screens that I got at a job, and so it's double screened, so it's nice and clean, and I can actually, whenever it finally rains, I can water the dogs off of that. I still don't have a well yet, so stuff like that helps a lot. Oh, that's another thing. Let me walk over here. I got my shallow well pump installed. It's not working correctly yet. I'm not a plumber by any stretch of the word, so also I couldn't find the right piece to connect what they call an IBC tote. It's like a 200-gallon tank. I couldn't find the right piece to connect that to my PVC plumbing, but I can at least show y'all the system I have going on. Oh my goodness, I'm getting all kinds of stuff in my shoe today. What the fuck? Damn it. That did not help. Alright. So the shed's a bit of a wreck right now. I just got too much shit in here. But over here, so this is the tank. This will hold close to 200 gallons. So I have to get water with the truck and come and fill this thing up. It's got a little bit of water in it now, and I filled it up not too long ago. And then this pump's so awesome. As I was troubleshooting it and trying to figure out why it wouldn't shut off. So this should work like an air compressor does, or any normal well pump. It pumps the water out of here, pressurizes the line that goes out, and once it hits a certain pressure, it's supposed to turn off. What's happening is this pump puts so much pressure, and my fix for this was a rubber fitting. I think what's happening is I'm sucking air. Whenever the pressure gets built up in here and then it shuts off, the air is sucking in through here, and then I lose pressure, and then it turns right back on. So it actually all works. I mean, I have water flow. But the idea of this is that you're supposed to be able to work it like a regular spigot here. So that pump would be on non-stop, but it would turn itself off when there's pressure. It's not working like that right now. I've done all sorts of research on it and figured out basically, I think it's my fix for the going from plumbing to IBC. Now, what I think I might try to do is just use some kind of adhesive there, or a buddy of mine reminded me they have this super stretchy, flexible tape that you can, that's supposed to be airtight. It's similar to electric tape, but even stretchier. And I'm thinking I may just wrap that whole thing in it and see if I can at least slow down the air leak. I don't necessarily need this thing to work full bore all the time, but I risk damaging a $200 pump if it runs too much. So like if I can get this working right, basically I would take one of these water hoses off the bib there and run it over here to my camper. And then at least my sink and all of that would work. It'd make it a little easier for me to do dishes. And then obviously it would be running over here where it already is to the outdoor shower. I'm too big for the shower in that camper. And then I think eventually I'm going to put a little tub area here too. Just have kind of a whole outdoor bathroom situation. But for the time being, I slammed my head against that plumbing for 2 or 3 days and went through a whole tank of water, and it was just kind of an ordeal. And after a while, you just get tired of messing with things. So I think what I'm going to do today, I'm kind of trying to get woke up. I honestly spent about a month just working and then coming here and building that pin and pouring the footer and then doing this plumbing like every moment of daylight I have, because it's weird coming out of winter here in Missouri. You get so used to being like, oh, I've only got 6 hours of daylight, that you get stuck in that mentality. And it usually, every year, it usually takes me about 2 months, and I'm like, man, why am I so worn out? And then all of a sudden it hits me, like instead of working throughout a 6-hour day, I'm going for 12 hours straight, and then the sun goes down, and then I eat and go to bed. And when you do that for about 3 or 4 weeks in a row, it catches up to you pretty bad. So I have to learn to pace myself when we have daylight, and then in the wintertime, I have to like constantly be using every bit of daylight I can. So my plan for today, I don't know if we can see the marks. I spray painted this. Yeah, there's one. So I'm going to put an awning, dig a hole here, and then another one over there. What's going to happen, let me back up here. What's going to happen is I'll put a post and a post, and then I want to just do like an 8-foot roof off of this. That's going to be a place to park the 4-wheeler, a little bit more storage, because I've been parking the 4-wheeler in here, and that's where my fridge is and like all my tools. So when the 4-wheeler's there, especially since it's broken right now, it's just in the fucking way. And I want to keep it out of the weather, especially when I take it apart. I mean, they're meant to go through creeks and shit, so it's not really a big deal. But, you know, having some like covered parking for the 4-wheeler, I've got a push mower over there, just some of the stuff that I can stick under there, and it'll be just like a little mini garage. It just gives me some more dry stuff. And again, it's something I can build 100% for free that I like. I'm hitting a point where some of my free material, if I don't get it used soon, it's going to start going bad on me. And then I spent the time hauling it here for no reason. And I don't want that. I'd rather get it up there, get it in use somewhere, and then, you know, that's just another thing done out here that didn't cost me a dime, just hard work. So anyway, this is getting a little long, but hey, when you don't put a video up for 3-4 months, sometimes a lot needs to be explained. I've tried not to rattle on too much about anything, but I'm gonna try to get back to posting stuff. It'll be a little weird getting back in the swing of it. I've gotten used to not really having my phone connected to social media or anything like that, but those are the changes that have happened. I'm still out here. I'm still kicking. I'm still working my ass off. I'm hoping lumber's gone down, so I'm really hoping once I finally get this foundation wrapped up, it's been dragging on. I'm really hoping to have this cabin at least dried in and built by the end of summer. So that would be like tar paper and plywood and everything. You'd be able to go inside and not get wet, but maybe not necessarily like have all the windows in or shingles. I don't know if I want to go shingles or metal roof yet. I probably wouldn't have the siding on. There's some things that I could leave this thing in dry-in stage for a solid year and then do all the pretty stuff later. My main thing is the safety. At this point, we're in tornado season. I'm in the woods and I'm in a camper and nothing bad has happened yet, but I've always loved storms until I started living in this camper. And when you live in a little tin can with a bunch of giant logs around you, it gets a little hairy when the wind starts kicking a lot. So I just need to get in something where, I can for sure be safe. If a tree does fall and hit it, it's not going to crush it. I'll just have something that needs to be fixed. Whereas if something was to fall on that camper, it'd be a nightmare. So that's where I'm at. Things are going great. I hope everybody's doing all right. And I appreciate you checking it out. Thanks.